Yo, Geeks Ginger Center here coming to you with more Lifted Dreams. One, I know it's been a few days. Give me a break, okay? I've been kind of busy. Not so much busy, but been procrastinating. The usual. Procrastinating, and I've also been kind of busy. And, yeah. Last video we did of this in the story, we kind of got an introduction of what's been happening. The other girl, I forgot her name. I know she's Chelsea, the blonde hair that's standing there, and then the main character's name is, actually I forgot the main character's name. Jeff. It's Jeff. Sorry, how could I forget such a meme name? And then I don't know the other girl's name. Yeah, I know. Um, but she apparently, the other girl with the purple hair, she apparently, something in her life happened, and so they were childhood friends, and she distanced herself, and then she calls them and then she texts them. She sends an anonymous text to them for the first time in a while, and they're both very skeptical about it because she hasn't talked to them in years. And that's the first thing that she says, and then she meets them, and then she says some weird, freaky shit. Then she loses her voice. He can't write, or not write, he can't draw anymore. And so she comes up and kind of like acting weird again, acting suspicious, and saying like, oh, you guys have lost something, and stuff like that. And yeah, here we are now, after all that's said and done. Okay, I'm gonna get the mouse off the screen. Alright, so let's just get into this episode. Alright, I think I read this last episode, but it's been staring at you guys so long, I feel like I don't need to reread it. She feels her cheeks flush bright red as the boy stares deeply and unwavering into her pitiful expression. She feels embarrassed and starts to avert her gaze. But before she could do that, the passionate boy continues to make her feel at ease. We're going to take them back, so don't lose hope. After the boy's second declaration, he gently pulls her arms away from her sides and urges her to go home. Chelsea stands firmly, still dazed by what had just occurred. She watches his back until he is nothing more than a dot in the distance. But before he completely leaves her sight as he crosses over into their neighborhood, his figure charms her. It isn't the first time that she has felt this way. Before, she thought that the boy needed someone to care for him. Right now, he's the one who's being reliable. For her, Jeff served as a savior in this heartbreaking situation. She feels like smiling even though she has just gone through more than many could fathom. But instead of smiling, she tries to sing. She opens her mouth and forces her vocal cords to vibrate. She covers her lips with the palms of her hands. She feels relieved as she realizes that a little bit of her voice has returned.
But why?
She asks herself, wondering how this mysterious curse works. Maybe it has something to do with like self-doubt? Maybe? Maybe it's not really a curse, but it's like more of self-doubt, like since maybe what the other girl said the other day made her like kind of question her ability to sing, like what if I won't achieve this goal, this dream of mine of singing, being able to sing. So she messed it up herself, and she just thinks it's a curse, but instead it's her just messing up her own singing. I don't know. I know nothing about this story, so all I can do is guess. Inside my room, I stare at an empty page of my sketchbook. Determined to try again, I grab my blue bare print pencil from its holder. This pencil is important to me. I use it whenever I want to draw something important when I'm in my room, but I couldn't say why. Pretty sure that I'm not the one who bought it. Did someone give this to me as a gift? Despite being disappointed with myself for forgetting about something like that, I continue using it. As I raise my right hand, I sketch the first stroke in my spacious sketchbook. Upon making it to the third stroke, an empty and distressing feeling holds my arm back. I already know where this is going. Even with 3 strokes, I can already imagine the formed finished product. I disappointedly drop the pencil on the table and cover my face with my sweaty palms as I silently weep. While feeling down, my mind drifts to Chelsea. How can I possibly save her if I can't even save myself? This music's not too bad, I guess. Caressed by the thought, I start thinking logically even in the face of sorrow. Chelsea's dream is to become a singer, so she lost her voice. My dream is to become an artist, so I've lost my ability to draw. Then Faye's dream, her name was Faye. Faye's dream is to become an author, so she must have lost the ability to write. I know I've got it mostly right, but something about it seems off. I know that Faye must have caused this, but how? Does Faye's loss have something to do with us also losing our talents? This won't do. I don't know if Chelsea is emotionally stable right now, but I'll try to send her a message anyway. As I open the message log, the last message I had received caught my attention. It's the latest message that I'd received from Faye, the one that she sent to me yesterday. Forgetting about texting Chelsea, I read it again and hope that I might find a clue. Oh. Wait a minute. Without even trying to decipher the meaning behind her words, I realize something significant as I read the message. Faye can still write? I'm not mistaken. This is definitely her writing style. The abstract verbosity easily tells me she couldn't just copy and paste it from some other source. This can only mean one thing. She didn't lose her talent for writing. What's going on? As I'm puzzled by my discovery, I continue to read the next line of her message. Hey, have you heard about those people losing their dreams like it's mass hysteria? I searched through the sentence looking for something meaningful. Mass hysteria. As the phrase piques my interest, I instantly grab the laptop I'd placed inside my table's drawer and place it on top of my sketchbook. As soon as it boots up, I type mass hysteria into the search engine and click on a trusted source. I read the definition. I don't know what the point of adding that part was. Good to say you looked it up, but I guess not. I guess that didn't work. I got really close to the camera there because I'm like leaning on my my chair, and so the left side of my chair is closer, obviously. Also, in case you guys are wondering what hat I'm wearing, it's a Shadow from Kingdom Hearts. We got the little antennas. Okay. Anyways, back to the book. Not book. Back to the visual novel. Mass hysteria is a mild mental condition in which a large group of people exhibit the same mental and emotional state, usually in a violent manner. I didn't know that. If that's true, I didn't know that. I'm assuming it's true. Why would... I don't know why they'd make something like this up for the story. Because for the story that's going on here, it has a lot to do with, like, a lot of, like, depression, anxiety. Maybe not even that. I could just be misinterpreting... and I could just be digging too deep into this, but I'm feeling some elements of depression and anxiety. Some. Why? Don't ask me. It is a type of sociogenic illness, the rapid spread of symptoms among others belonging to the same group, originating from a nervous system disturbance involving excessive excitation, loss, or alteration in and of one's environment. After I read the definition, I proceed to look at the different types of mass hysteria and focus on the most relevant to our situation. Mass emotional hysteria is the tendency of two or more individuals to emotionally converge. It can occur in any age group, although it is rare in any except adolescence and childhood. Prior severe emotional disturbances are normally the cause. In the early days of the mental illness, no changes can be observed, and as it gradually progresses, the subject will feel the need to express one's irritation, usually towards the cause. I read through and learn that there were cases exactly like ours before, cases where people lost the talents that were essential for their dreams to come true. It's said that the source was likely someone who consciously despised their own dream, causing it to be buried deep inside of their heart. There were also a lot of stories of neglected, pitiful dreamers who turned apathetic because of the general population believing that such a matter was trivial. Then finally, I reached the part where it starts the remedy. Due to the fact that emotional hysteria is caused by a mildly traumatic emotional disturbance, the mental illness can easily be cured by providing emotional support or determining the cause and addressing it. Specifically in the case of adolescence, the problem can be fixed by What? A shockwave hits me as I read the cure. This is unbelievable. Not gonna say what the cure is? Okay. It's already 7 p.m. I head straight to the park alone, still carrying my notebook and pencil after having discovered the cure to this strange phenomenon and devising a plan. Not exactly convinced about the cure, so I'm hesitant to actually believe and execute it. But I just have to do it. I have no choice. I've already decided that I'll do this and take our dreams back. I already have a plan in mind, but there's one more thing I have to do to decide first. I can't save both of them simultaneously, so I take my cell phone out of my pocket and decide who to call first. Now, I know what I know what the more reasonable choice would be, probably Chelsea, but... God. You know what, fuck it, we'll choose Faye. I choose to call Faye. Given the scope and nature of our problem, I think it can only be solved by heading directly to the source. Chelsea may be the one in need of emotional support right now, but I don't think I have it in me. I could barely understand our problem, but I know that Faye's research and experience would come in handy. That is, if I can even convince her to talk. I ignore my pain for now. Once I have solved all of this, everyone's pain will inevitably fade away. I don't know what I said. Before I could hang up, a voice calls me.
Jeff.
I glance back. Faye? Surprisingly, Faye is already here, still holding her phone near her right ear. She hangs up and puts the phone inside her pocket. I follow her actions, dumbfounded by her near instantaneous appearance.
Jeff, it's rare for you to call me nowadays.
She puts on the same smile from before, knowing, playful, coy, and sinister. Well, I knew that you'd be expecting me to call you after everything that happened. I smile, reminding myself that I've got something to do.
And why should I be?
She smiles back. You know that I've got something to tell you. She's puzzled. I've wondered. The source of this emotional hysteria is definitely you. Just like us, you must have lost the ability to achieve your dream. But there's one problem with that logic. You can still write!
Amazing. You've done your research. Writers and artists are both good in that field.
She laughs as if she's impressed, but the hollow airness makes it seem more condescending than anything. Hey, tell me, what did you lose?
I'm not obligated to tell you.
I'll force it out of you, bitch. I figured as much, but even if you won't tell me, I have something of my own to tell you. As I say those words, I start doing something that I have planned. I slowly walk towards Faye. At first, Faye thinks that I'm joking, but when she realizes that I'm serious, it's already too late. I grab onto her shoulders, preventing her from looking away. I move my face closer to hers. She can't resist my hold on her. It's not gonna be what we all think it's gonna be, right? It's gonna be something else. Regardless of my resolve and simple nature of what I have to say, makes me too nervous to speak up. It's not gonna be a kiss. With mere inches between us, I speak lowly and sheepishly. I love you. Oh! It's exactly what... I'm an idiot. I overthought it. I'm sorry, I'm just used to being debated like that in like movies and anime and stuff. It's like you get debated and then, yeah. Before she could finish complaining, my lips touch hers, causing them to close. She can't believe the situation. She's in shock. And so am I. But I've decided to do this. It might sound like a bad joke, but this is supposedly the easiest way to get our talents back, so that our dreams may once again come true. According to my research, providing emotional support is the easiest way to cure hysteria. But in the case of teenagers who are in their moody and rebellious stage, familial love is deemed highly ineffective. The best cure is romantic love with the opposite of their preferred sex. I hug her tightly and feel her voluptuous bosom as it presses against my chest. Wait, Wait. Voluptuous bosom. I'm sorry, it might be immature and it might be really stupid, but I've just never heard that phrasing. Voluptuous bosom. Sorry, it's just, I'm not gonna laugh that hard at it, but it's still kind of funny. Although she resists, red slowly blooms on the canvas of her pale cheeks. Unexpectedly, I'm starting to lose myself. Contrary to her cold attitude these days, her lips are soft, warm, and sweet. While we kiss, I caress her aromatic and long hair, grazing her inviting porcelain neck from time to time. I come to realize how much I've missed her, even more so than before. I imagine what might have happened if she hadn't changed, and wonder if I could have kept my promise to prioritize my dream before love. As our lips entwine, I can feel a certain warmth emanating from her chest. It smooths me, enhancing my feeling of ecstasy. As I give into the feeling, the warmth vanishes as if it has been doused with ice, face starting to break free from my embrace.
No. No. This can't be happening.
Something tells me this is the wrong thing to do. Faye tries to break free from the strong grip of the prey clinging onto her. Beads of sweat flow down from her forehead down to her neck.
It can't come back. I have to get rid of it for good.
Her feelings, I'm assuming? As she feels a gush of emotion rushing to her heart, she tries to stop it through sheer force of will. With Hercules. I don't know actually how to say that word. With near effort, she successfully pushes the complicated emotion back into oblivion. As she does so, she simultaneously pushes Jeff away. As she breaks free from his grip, she touches her lips in disgust and shock.
I can't feel it. It's gone. This is better.
So I made the wrong mistake. I made the wrong choice, basically. Faye starts to turn and quickly begins walking away. Faye! The previous speechless male shouts in a sad and desperate way. Faye pays no attention to the boy as she continues to walk and left words that are incomprehensible to him.
You understood nothing at all.
Why? Jeff muttered to himself, feeling dejected for being so optimistic. During that moment, he felt nothing bright. Indeed, he felt romantic, but it was just that. The girl was probably too numb to feel anything short of irritation, but those words last uttered by Faye were true. So did I get a bad ending? He understood nothing at all. Okay, so the story's still going. 10 years had passed. 10 years? Jesus. Jeff is in his room playing video games. Every day, he often spent his free time playing them to the point of predictability and boredom. Despite never having been a gamer before, certain circumstances have effectively forced him to suppress reality. It just so happened that this was the best way. He simply can't bring himself to look at his sketches. Every time he tries to see one, his head hurts. It hurts so much that sometimes it makes him vomit. He felt bad about himself for not being able to do something 10 years ago. He wasn't able to save them. Right now, the girls are doing their own thing, not saying a word to everyone involved in the hysteria. The two girls are now severe loners. One is infamous for her once lovely singing voice turning into something incomprehensibly, indescribably bad. The other, meanwhile, is known solely for her cold and hateful personality. Jeff felt so guilty. Though he has made efforts to make amends, his inability to do anything deep or genuine prevent results from being achieved. Even still, he can't help himself, and so he continues such futile gestures. He stops. Glancing around the room, the male looks for something small and sharp, yet he doesn't identify it by either of those features. Instead, he takes note of how light glistens on the blade, and that light consumes every ounce of being. Calmly, he touched the skin of his wrist. Then he pulled back momentarily and went again, only deeper than before. As if addicted, he continued this process of what felt like eons. Jeff's sanity is slowly but surely ebbing away. How pathetic. I got a bad ending again! Oh my god. It's just, this is like... Oh my god. This reminds me of Katawa Shoujo. I got a bad ending in Katawa Shoujo as well. Are you serious? My first time playing through those and I get bad endings? Oh. My very first VN was If My Heart Had Wings, and I got a good ending. I got one of the good endings for that. But these last two have just not been... I suck, basically. Holy crap. If you guys have seen the anime Gamers, and you know the main character, Amano, yeah, he's garbage at games. He's garbage at everything, even visual novels, because he gets the bad endings, like, every time. Yeah, that's me right now. I feel like Amano. Okay. I'm not going to leave the episode off there. So, we had another choice to pick Chelsea, so we're going to do that, since this episode's only, like, 20 minutes. Okay. We're just going to skip through a bunch of the dialogue, because we already read it. Okay, we're just going to skip through it all.
But why?
That's weird, the dialogue kept going. Okay. So, alright, that was whack. So, we got the bad ending first try. So, this time I'm going to pick Chelsea and see what we get. Okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, call Chelsea. Here we go. I choose to call Chelsea, thinking that she must be the one who's hurting the most right now. Of course, I'm also hurt, but I'm also the only man involved. So I should act like one and save them both. With Faye's distance, I've become more familiar with Chelsea. It's only natural I'd want to save her first. After the phone rings a couple of times, Chelsea picks up and I ask her to meet me at the playground. She arrives shortly after we hang up. She still looks troubled. She must be thinking about what happened here earlier with Faye. Okay, so here we go. Alright, I'll try like make this episode a bit longer now that I just wasted like 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes, but you get what I mean. I wasted some time. She must be thinking about what happened. Oh, I just read that.
Why did you ask me to come here?
You know, I'm not gonna lie, her voice doesn't fit her. Faye's like fit her, but Chelsea's, I don't know why. I didn't point this out last episode, but Chelsea's doesn't fit her. Chelsea! I raised my voice in a determined manner.
Yes?
She's startled by my behavior, so I continue with a gentler tone. I know we've been friends since childhood, but I don't think we should stay this way. I have to tell you something.
Huh? At a time like this?
She's blushing. Hella.
What is it?
Her face starts to turn red as if she already knows what I'm going to say. I love you. I shout at the top of my lungs.
Huh?
She's in shock. And so am I. But I've decided to do this. It might sound like a bad joke. Oh, okay. I already read all that.
But,
I'm not saying anything.
I thought you said that love isn't a priority until you can make your dream come true.
That's true, but now that our dreams are in danger of never coming true, we both need someone to support us. I'm surprised at how calm I am. You know, I am too. Inwardly, I feel foolish.
Okay, but...
Do you remember, Chelsea? I interrupt.
Huh?
Do you remember what happened when I was sick last month? It happened last month at the beginning of the summer. So, okay, this was definitely the right path to go. I wasn't... give me a break. I had never read Lifted Dreams beside the first episode I made a while back, like almost 2 years ago. Yeah, almost 2 years ago, so give me a break. Or was it last year? Because I've already deleted the video, so I don't even remember. I was home alone just like earlier today. My parents were out of town for work, and I'm an only child. I normally do everything like cooking and cleaning on my own, but last month I couldn't manage it because I had gotten very ill. I hesitantly called Chelsea since I couldn't come in contact with Faye anymore. Or couldn't get in contact, not couldn't come in contact. Stupid. Just when I thought that Chelsea wouldn't come, I fell asleep. When I woke up to a lovely, blushing face was inches away from me. Her shiny, youthful lips were close to mine. I could just barely smell her sweet skin and aromatic hair through my clogged nose. Chelsea? Now aware that I was awake, her face turned red with embarrassment and she jumped in surprise. I didn't say anything since I wasn't in the mood to interrogate being sick and all, but I was really curious about her. After all, she started taking care of me. Her cheeks bright red the entire time, even though she pretended that nothing odd had happened. Weird. After reminding her of what had happened, I slowly grabbed her shoulders and suggest something. Why don't we continue from where we left off? She tries to look away, but my advancing face prevents her from doing so. Knowing that resistance is futile, she closes her eyes, submitting her lips to mine. Personally, I think Faye's cuter, and that's why I picked Faye, but I should have known. I knew that Chelsea was going to be the right pick. I knew it, but I wanted to see what happened when I picked Faye. I didn't care. And then I regretted my decision. As I do so, she hugs me tightly, pulling my chest closer to hers. Through this contact, I can feel her sincerity. It's as if she was waiting for this day to come. As we embrace, I can feel the wind giving its approval to our actions. It causes her long blonde hair to gracefully sway about softly, brushing against my arms as I hug her. With our chests touching, I feel warmth, like it's getting hotter. But it's not just a figure of speech. My eyes aren't open, but I could feel the heat coming from her chest. Suddenly, Chelsea opens her eyes in an agile manner. With a queasy expression, she quickly pushes herself away from me with a cute shriek and holds onto her throat. She looks like she might be feeling nauseous and looks at me with confused eyes, quickly running away. Her blonde hair swings around violently as she shrinks out of sight. At that moment, I'm certain that my plan will work. The warmth that I felt from her chest and her shout being soothing to my ears is a sure sign that her singing voice has returned. A feeling of relief flows through me. As the smile breaks onto my face, I grab my pencil and the small notebook from inside my pocket. As if in celebration, I gracefully start to move my right hand across the empty page of my notebook. But as soon as I do, a menacing feeling boils up within me. Despite that, I continue. As my strokes gradually become fewer and weaker, I wake up from the blind relief that I'm feeling. Horrible scribbles appear inside the small notebook. Then I realize something. Oh, that's right. I see. I look up to the cloudy night sky above me. You really can't cheat, love. I smirk and frustratedly glance around in my dark surroundings. Just like in the darkness of my nightmare, I've done nothing to bring light. I did something wrong to Chelsea, and I know that she realizes what I did wasn't sincere, merely a pretension. I only did it for our dreams. I can only hope she understands. After all, I've gotten what I deserve for playing with her heart. As I blankly stare into the darkness, I notice long hair with purple hair ties sway before it quickly vanishes. I ignore it and return home. Did I really just fuck up twice? The crickets start to chirp as the night grows darker. I'm laying on my bed, staring at the ceiling, feeling an ever-growing and familiar emotion. I still feel empty, but I'm calmer than before. The gravitational pull of my bed gets stronger, causing me to give into it. Okay, I'm leaning into my chair again. Clear my throat. The darkness swallows me. Yet suddenly there's a calming, blindingly bright light. A girl with a queasy, flustered face stands in front of me. I scratch my head and smile wearily. Surprisingly, she reaches out her hands to me, clearly holding on to something tightly, and exclaims in a hesitant manner, "That's Faye." Like? Token? What? The girl firmly maintains her position. I realize that she's serious. impossible. Confused from the unexpected confession, I grow uneasy. My fragile mind can't handle sudden events like this. I examine the girl's whole expression and wonder how she can stay so determined in the face of nervousness. Thanks. Haha. I just laughed pathetically. As my embarrassment grows stronger for being unable to keep my composure as a man, I mutter thoughtlessly, I'm sorry. Before I walk away, I can see the girl twitch as I unintentionally hurt her feelings. What have I done? I wonder to myself as I continue to walk away. Suddenly I hear something drop to the ground. I glance back as I notice the girl running away. I stare at the blue object on the ground. How could I have possibly forgotten about that? How pathetic. Hmm. I have no time to feel down about what has happened these past few days. Normally, I would have been sad if I had lost something important to me, but because I've already lost the most important thing to me, I feel like I don't have any more time for drama. I should be doing something to get my talent back for my dream. Yeah? Got a point, man. I feel like this is just a test to see how much I'm willing to do to achieve it. Possibly. Though it's difficult, I subconsciously feel thankful for having this kind of experience. So now I will meet. Can I save? Okay. Actually, no. Okay, we're gonna save there. Alright, we'll meet. So last time Chelsea was the right choice. So I want to see like what happens if we meet Chelsea. Today I call Chelsea again. We're just gonna see what happens. After what happened yesterday, I feel like I should make up with her. If I just go silent, I know we'll both feel even worse than if I just let her know why I did it. I feel like if I choose Faye after confessing to Chelsea and stuff. Oh, I just hit my mic, sorry. I feel like if I pick Faye, it'll still give me like a bad ending maybe. But at the same time, this could also get me a bad ending. I don't know. Or it could be her ending. I don't fucking know. After calling her, she arrived shortly. She was silent for the whole time, so I speak to her first. I'm sorry. I apologized, but surprisingly, Chelsea suddenly ran up to me and hugged me. She hugged me tightly as if she doesn't want to let me go. Chelsea?
Don't say anything.
I fail to understand her actions.
Don't say anything. Don't say that you're doing this out of pity. I don't care. I don't mind. Let me love you. Even if you won't love me back.
She let go of me and I look at her, shocked and vexed. I can't fathom how or why her feelings for me are this strong. Even still, what reason could she possibly have, and how deep does that reason run before emotion and connection kick in? If I won't accept them, I'll probably never know, let alone comprehend them. Caught in the moment, I grab her chin and pull it closer to mine. We kiss again, but just beyond Chelsea, I see the looming figure of Faye. Holy shit. If I ever saw this in real life, you best know I'm either fucking decking that girl, or I'm just taking my girl and walking away. You already know that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck that. If I saw someone standing behind me someone standing in front of me like that, behind the girl I'm kissing, nah, I'm getting out of there. I'm getting out of there, or I'm beating the shit out of her. That's creepy. She glances at me in a detached sort of way and then leaves. In an attempt to savor the moment, I try to block her out of my mind, as if she never existed in the first place. Unlike Faye, Chelsea loves me, so I almost feel obligated to reciprocate. At that time, I never knew what sort of consequences awaited me. A nefarious-looking man casually smokes a cigarette while leaning against his rather luxurious-looking car. Every so often, he glances down at his cell phone to check the time, making it clear to the world that he is waiting for someone. After several minutes, a perfectly innocent-looking high school girl approaches him, then enters the vehicle. But before they do, the man touches her. At first, it's playful, but then it grows into something that transcends mere familiarity. In response, the young girl twitches from the act but shrugs it off with a bit of laughter. At a distance, a woman watches them with swollen eyes. Her husband's behavior sickens and saddens her to the point of tears, but she knows he doesn't do such filthy things voluntarily. In fact, he's been doing it for about 10 years. So long, she's practically numb to the very idea. They had talked about their relationship. They had tried to make it work, but between their mutual behavior and odd text messages, a rift is growing between them. In her hands, she gazes at one message, the fifth in recent memory. Your husband is a naughty man. I didn't expect him to ravish these ill-fortuned little girls who are desperate for money. Sender Faye. Oh. The woman bites her lip and endures the pain. Simultaneously, a single thought runs through her mind. These are the consequences of forcing someone to love you when they love someone else instead. But, in the end, even the pain she felt was wrong. She was selfish. She hadn't even thought about her husband's dream. So, my character became a pedophile. His dream that will never, ever come true. So basically, in that ending, that was also like another bad ending, I guess. Because that was, okay, I figured choosing Faye that time was going to be the right answer that time, because last time it was Chelsea. But, so in that ending, Chelsea and the main character, Chelsea and Jeff, got married, and 10 years later, through those 10 years, Jeff became a pedophile? No, just pedophile. What? That doesn't even make sense. Jeff, what? How does Jeff go to that? I don't know. How I guess people really do change in 10 years. Okay, well, we're gonna continue where we left off. Good thing we saved. Alright, this time we'll meet Faye. Today, I'll finally face the girl who caused all of this. I knew this day would come, and with enough preparation, I know that I'm more than ready to face her. As I face the red sky, the empty feeling that I felt with Chelsea comes back to my mind. But I remind myself that this feeling doesn't belong to me. It's simply a feeling generated by the irregularity that's formed within my brain. I ignore it and consider it fuel for what's to come. I suddenly hear heavy footsteps approach me. As I turn my head towards the source, the girl I was waiting for arrives.
Jeff, it's rare for you to call me nowadays.
She puts on a creepy... I really like this music, actually. The music for, like, the Faye moments. I like it. She puts on a creepy smile that says she's prepared for whatever happens. Well, I knew that you'd be expecting me to call... Oh. Hey, tell me something. What's your dream?
I don't have any reason to tell you anymore.
Come on. Why are you so defensive?
Shouldn't you be worrying about yourself instead?
I can't do that unless you tell me your answer.
It doesn't matter whether or not I have a dream.
She raises her voice. It does! She falls silent. I've always wondered. The source of this emotional hysteria is definitely you. Just like us, you must have lost the ability to achieve your dream. But there's just one... Oh, no, you can start.
Amazing. You've done your research. Writers and artists are both good in that field.
She laughs as if she's impressed. Oh, I've already read this. Faye's eyes seem to grow more intense for a moment, but they soon return to
I'm not
normal.
obligated to tell you.
So most of this is the same dialogue. I knew you wouldn't tell me, but more or less I already know what it is. As I say those words once again, I find myself executing a familiar course of action. I slowly walk towards Faye.
Don't tell me. No, this can't be happening. It can't come back. I have to get rid of it for good.
Oh, wait. Oh, shit. She made a vow a long time ago. I didn't realize some of the dialogue was new. Holy shit. Okay. She made a vow a long time ago that she would never feel that way again. She swore to herself that she wouldn't fall in love again after being rejected.
He doesn't like me.
Oh. An image of Jeff looking disgusted flashes in Faye's mind. Okay, so this is different. Okay, so as I thought in the dream, so I kind of assumed that what happened in the dream that he had was Faye confessing at some point in the past, and he, in a way, rejected her. Because, yeah. So she's like Jeff all this time, that way. And she's been trying to let go of those feelings. And in the first bad ending you get where he ends up by himself, you realize that that kiss kind of makes her, in that ending she does let go, basically. But in this part, yeah, with a lot, oh god, jeez, with a lot of effort once again she successfully pushes the complicated emotion back into oblivion. As she does so, she simultaneously pushes Jeff away.
I can't feel it. It's gone.
Is this really the same ending? Faye, okay. Previous speechless boy finally says, Faye. Faye pays no attention to the boy as she continues to walk. Oh! I know how you feel! His words cause her to stop walking. She shoots him a glance. You love me, and you're consciously getting rid of it. I'm your dream.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Faye tries to deny it. But that's so wrong. You shouldn't do that. You'll lose your ability to love anyone or anything. You'll come to hate writing. Hatred will dominate your world.
I don't care about that. Love is just painful.
So, wow. So now we know what happened. He rejected her, and it caused her to turn into this. To turn into this kind of person. Because, yeah, she's not really, I don't know. If I'm right, if I'm getting all this right, yeah, then that's what happened. Don't say that. He raises his voice and gulps down his continues. I love you.
Liar! You don't love me. You're just saying that to get your dream back. You're disgusted by my strangeness. Disgusted enough that it makes you want to walk away.
He would have walked away.
Just like that time.
That's sad. She actually confessed, and he just walked away and said, I'm sorry. That is like, wow, that's an ouch. That's a yikes. Oof. Faye continues talking about the day she confessed to him 2 years ago. It was a day that was very painful for her. So painful that she went into, like, not depression, but actually kind of depression, yeah. At least it's painful enough to make her get rid and forget about everything. Everything, except for that day. I'm sorry for being a coward, but it's true. I love you.
You haven't even said anything to me for these past 2 years.
You haven't said anything to him! So what's the difference? I'm sorry about that too. I guess I was too embarrassed about not being able to answer the girl that I've liked since the first time I met her, and I blocked it out.
Nonsense! I don't believe you. These past few years, you've clearly liked Chelsea. You're a playboy despite being a coward. You're pathetic. You even kissed her.
That hurts, haha. I'm sorry that you had to see that. He masks his embarrassment with a laugh. As he speaks, he puts his right hand inside of his pocket. He grabs what he was looking for and extends his hand to Faye. Here. He gives something to Faye.
That's...
Faye's eyes widen and she stutters, struggling to believe what she sees.
That's the blue pencil.
Yeah, you were trying to give me this bear print pencil that time. Faye brings her hands up to her mouth as tears begin to flow out from her eyes. Her once angry voice disappears.
So you picked it up.
Yes, I did. He answers gently.
And you've kept it this whole time.
Yeah, it means he cares. Yes, I did. What an answer. He repeats his words, knowing that his feelings are the only thing that matters.
Why? You ran away at that time.
I was a coward. You're damn fucking right you were a coward. Fucking coward. I said that I'd prioritize my dreams first, but maybe I was just scared of falling in love. Scared that maybe I'd love you so much that I'd forget about my dream. Yeah, it's just pathetic. But I know for sure that since the very first time I saw you, I've been captivated.
That's...
Faye covers her face with her hands, trying to hold back her tears. She's clearly confused, unsure as to whether or not she should be happy or angry with her misunderstanding and the things it's caused. She did something awful without knowing the full truth. Naturally, she feels the weight of guilt starting to set in.
I guess I didn't do enough research about you. I'm sorry.
Her tears start to ebb like waterfalls. It's not entirely your fault. I'm also to blame. You don't have to suffer alone. You were just hysteric. You weren't yourself. Or, you were hysteric. You weren't yourself. Jeff extends his arms and lets Faye lean against his chest. You don't have to hold back now. You can rely on me. I'm here for you. Faye clutches Jeff's shirt, unable to hold back her emotions any longer. She sobs, relieved that his chest is there to muffle the sound.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You better be, dumb bitch. Faye whispers under her breath, hoping that her guilty, quiet voice reaches him. It's okay. Let's also be sure to apologize to Chelsea some other time.
Yeah.
She nods weakly.
Please let me stay like this for a while.
Yeah. He answers her gently, hoping that his support will bring back the real Faye and allow her to stay forever. He feels relieved that he has finally done something for her. When he remembers her confession from long ago, he realizes that the root of the problem of everything has happened was his own cowardness. Now that he has saved her, he feels that he has already thrown away his weak self and atoned for his shortcomings. But despite all of that, deep down he still feels unthankful for everything that has happened. If it wasn't for this, he wouldn't have realized something. Dreams and love go hand in hand, do they? He wouldn't have realized that. His feelings for this beautiful girl are also a part of his dream. I didn't just save her, she also saved me. As the girl continues to silently weep, Jeff embraces her ever so tightly, feeling the warmth emanating from their chests. The sun has set, but their tenderness keeps them warm. He hopes that she will never disappear again, never be tortured by the cruel truth of reality. For him, this girl is a precious stone. It's difficult to find one, but when you do, it's definitely worth it. Indeed, she is heavenly. She is pretty cute. She is my angel. She is cute. Give her that. And before he rejected her, she was actually a really nice girl. So we got the good ending. So basically there's two bad endings and a good ending. Oh, wait, we're not done yet. Wait. We're not done yet, boys. We're not done. We ain't done. Okay. The gentle early sunlight streams down the girl's hung head as she leans by the chains of the peaceful playground swing. Since that day, she has been going there humming lonely tunes all by herself. Sometimes tears build up in her eyes while she hums, but today they continue flowing down her cheeks because she was reminded of something she had witnessed that she doesn't want to remember. She was called here. Thinking that they'd be here soon, she quickly wipes her tears away with her hands. Oh, Chelsea, did we make you wait long? A boy asks her. The happy couple is already standing in front of her. Happy couple? Oh, they're dating. She glances at both of them with a glint of sadness in her eyes, then quickly smiles.
It's okay. I come here every morning.
It's indeed a bright smile.
Chelsea, we're planning on making a visual novel.
You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. Faye, the boy's girlfriend, says.
A visual novel?
Oh my god. Yeah, it's kind of like a storybook.
Jeff, I told you not to compare it with a storybook.
But
Besides,
it is.
it's not even a book. Calling it a video game is better.
I'm sorry.
I told you to do your research properly.
Please forgive me.
Anyways, Chelsea, I'll write the scenario, Jeff will draw the art, and you can compose the music. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea since it's in line with our dreams. But
She lowers her voice.
won't I just get in your way?
Did you say something?
No, nothing. I'm up for it.
She flashes a bright smile once again. Great, then it's decided. Let's do our best to make it come true.
Yeah.
But Faye and Chelsea both agree. Okay then. The newly formed team started planning right away. A lot of questions and problems arose even in the planning stages, but despite all that, each team member tries to come up with a solution. From time to time, they laugh and bright smiles flash across all of their faces. The sun shines brightly on them as if it's celebrating along with them. I swear to God. Thus, I swear to God, only bright days of chasing our dreams continue. Okay, so there's the good ending. Okay. Well, you know, so that was Lifted Dreams, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed that story. I realized that, like, the dialogue from the bad ending with Faye is just transferred over to the good ending with Chelsea. Or not the good ending with Chelsea, but the good ending. And that's kind of weird, but I kind of wish the dialogue was a bit different, but whatever. That's just something. That's just me being nitpicky, I guess. I don't like that. I didn't like it. Well, I like the story. I just didn't like some parts of it that were thrown together. Like some parts were reused. Specifically, just all the Faye parts. That was just reused. It was just copy pasted. So I feel like it could have been different, but whatever. I'm not gonna really be. Aside from that, the art was nice. The story was nice. The characters were, I guess, nice. There's not really a lot to go off of with the characters. I didn't dislike any of them, especially when the problem was revealed. But then the problem being revealed, and one thing that was never solved was that, like, actually no, things were solved. I'm a liar. What I'm trying to say in short is that I liked it. It was nice. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, and if you want to help my channel grow, hit that subscribe button as well. And if you want to be notified when I upload videos like this, even though this series is done after 2 episodes, not gonna be doing any more of it. Hit that bell icon. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace out.